Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we all doing today? I hope we all had a safe and productive week. All right, today I got an unveiling. A new product from Naviens. As you can see behind me, there are 3 different Naviens units. First unit is the NPN, non-condensing. Second unit is an NPE, condensing unit. This unit is the NHW700 non-condensing unit with circulation and a buffer tank. So it's like those 2 units were left alone in a warehouse overnight, and this is what popped up. Phenomenal. I've been talking to them about it. They've been talking to me about it. It was finally been released. Check your local supply house for pricing and availability. Now, as you can see, it is very close to the size of the NPE unit. It is considerable bigger than the NPN, and we're going to take a ruler out. It does weigh a bit lighter. This is around 82 pounds. This is 55 pounds. This is 81% efficient. This is around 97% efficient. But you're getting a non-condensing unit with Navi-Circ capability. And one of the good things about this is that for some reason, if you cannot get condensate out and you're very reluctant to put a condensate pump in, this is your unit. Now, of course, if you decide you're going to have an interior unit, because this is made the same way as the NPN unit. Not like the NPE, where it comes into the country America, it comes into America natural gas, and you convert it. You have to buy this unit as natural gas propane. This one happens to be exterior propane. So there's no quick conversion. So you need to buy the unit that you need. Now, of course, with their universal, you can buy an interior unit and put a hood on it. Go back into my other videos, you can see that. But you can turn an interior to an exterior. But again, I have to stress this. You have to buy the right gas. Okay, so we're going to take the camera off in a minute. We'll show you. But as you can see, there's the circulating pump right here. It has the check valve. It has the interior and exterior circulation lever. It has a buffer tank. The unit is pretty much completely redesigned. Gas manifold, gas valve panel, PC board, configuration, tons of room inside of it to work on it. I've had it open, I've had it apart, I've been futzing with it. I've had it for about a week now. I've been futzing with it. Love the unit. Very, very good design. It has, and again, we'll be taking the camera off. It has the separate 3/4 inch male thread with the plastic cap on it. So if you have a dedicated return line, you can use it with a Navi-Circ. 2 units can be cascaded together. It comes with the instruction manual with the warranty card. It comes with the screws and mollies. It comes with, as they call it, the emergency bag of parts, but they give you the rubber covers for the 2 top screws and the bottom clip. They give you an extra O-ring, an extra 5-amp fuse, and an extra flame rod gasket if you have to pull these, and of course clean it and the gasket is brittle. They give you a new gasket, and they give you, as with all NPN units, they give you the Naviens controller, which is the NR21DU, pretty much the standard controller. If you want to, of course, put this inside when this is an exterior unit, because of course with an interior unit, it's on the front panel. So there's no need to have a separate controller. Now, all of the plugs for the Cascade, communications, the controller are on the right-hand side of the PC board. As you can see, and again, let's just take the camera off and we'll go between all three of the units. All right, so here is the NPN unit. But again, this is interior, or it can be used as universal. Here is the NPE. Okay, let's look at the pump. Check valve. Interior, exterior, a lever. Buffer tank. Okay, here the gas valve is on this side. Tube goes up into the manifold. That's the Venturi. You have your conversion in here. But here is the new pump. Check valve. Here is the interior exterior lever. If I could get my finger out of the way, right there. And the buffer tank. And then underneath, you have the cold water, hot water, and then with the cap is the Navi-Circ. Cold water, hot water, Navi-Circ. But as you can see, again, there is no condensate drain. Filter for the pump, filter for the inlet, gas. Electric, of course, with an exterior, it has to be wired. With interior, you get a plug. On all NPE, you get a plug. So let's put this back up, and we're going to take some measurements. It hangs the same way. It hangs with that center screw, and then 2 screws on either side, screws on the bottom. I have it mounted on my show rack. This would have to be lowered down. This was actually designed for an NPN model, but this plate would have to be lowered down to the next notch, and you can mount these on a rack system. So let me grab a ruler. So an NPN is 14 by 23 by 8. So 14 by 23 by 8. So here we have 17 and a quarter by 26 and a half by 9. So it is bigger. It's a little heavier. Not as heavy as that monster. But it gives you a lot of options now with these 3 units. And if you consider, it's really like having 5 units, because with the U, that's really like a 3rd unit. U would be like a 3rd unit, because you could be using that, excuse me, that's 2 units in 1. So you have an interior that can also be exterior. So by stocking just an interior in natural and an interior in propane and put a hood on it, now you actually have 4 units. Where with this unit, you have 1 unit with a hood and you have 4 units. So you do get a lot of options now with the 3 pieces. It has its standard freeze protection. It has its overheat protection. It has its water servo valve. It has its fan, its pressure switch. In this unit, pretty much everything is a polymer now, just like the NPE model, which I like, especially here in Florida with our water. You get no buildup between the dissimilar metals that are non-ferrous, where with a polymer, you're not going to get that. You get that C-looking configuration with the wiring. But with this, which I could see, I have a bit more room in here to work on this unit. And I'm just like biting at the bit to install one. So with this, we're going to be eventually tearing it apart, looking at all the pieces, looking at swapping stuff out. It's got its gas manifold test port up here. It's got its inlet test port there, same as with the NP N model. I think it looks like the same pump. Yeah, I think it's the same pump configuration. Buffer tank. I think it's the same pump configuration, but a different tube. But it appears that this might be the same, kind of redesigned a little bit to fit inside this chassis. But very nice unit. And I was really excited when they told me that they were going to send me one, and for me to take a look at it and then do a video on it. So here's your igniter transformer, flame rod, igniter wire, where the same over here. Let me swap this around a little bit. Again, your igniter transformer, flame rod igniter. But again, we're looking at a unit that's, you know, an interior. So it is a little bit, just like with any other tankless, interior, exterior, they're a little different. Configuration inside because of the fan, the air intake, it doesn't rely on the concentric venting. It handles the exact same concentric venting 3x5. So if you do have an interior model, just like that, it does handle the 3x5 concentric venting, all of their product. Again, you will have to, let me just slide this over. You will have to, when going just more than the standard through the wall, let me get this thing zoomed in because this is very important. Right there, this cap is to be taken off and either loop out of pipe, of course plastic, you know, like the tubing, down to some type of drain, or a condensate trap put in. So if you're not just going to stand it out the wall, you do have to put a condensate trap on it. That will be the same with this unit. Now, the unit, again, NHW700, and it's a 199. Maybe if I swung the camera around. They make a 160, a 180, and a 199. Same as the NPN model. So there you go. There are the 3 Navion units that they now have now. And again, the electrical box is a little bit of a different configuration. It's still held on by 2 screws. Pull down, your connection is made, watertight, pushed up, and there is your connection, whether you do it with a plug or you hardwire it. It's done the same way, except on that one, it is a little bit further back behind the gas. This one is up front, away from the gas, which I feel, when I wire that, I always wire mine in plugs, as you know from previous videos, because I like to have my customers unplug it, wrap the cord in a bag, power goes out, it's not plugged in. When the power comes back on, a surge, you can blow the PC board, unless you have some type of a battery backup with pure sine wave. But I always wire mine on the work table that we bring to the site, because it's a lot easier to wire it that way than to sit and futz between the gas and the water piping. This appears to be a much better location. Up front, here's the gas, and your waters are back there. All right, YouTube. Okay, my email will be below for any questions. I will put in the basic with the model number and then all of the other sizes. I'll give a description, but again, see your local supply house for pricing and of course stock quantity or availability of this new tankless. Alrighty, okay. I'd like to thank everybody for the subscribes, the likes, the comments. You know, give this a thumbs up, hit my bell for notifications. I'm putting a video out every week. I know I've been very helpful in Texas with the freeze up again, which I had 2 years ago, where I spoke to almost 1,000 people with broken tanklesses, and my heart goes out to you, the ones I spoke to already, as far as you know, your units being broken. I do consulting. So I charge anywhere from $100 to $200, depending on the project that you're involved with. I will walk you through the entire project from start to finish and make sure that you get the right installation for your customer. Okay? Again, I'd like to thank everybody for all the likes, the subscribes, the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.